Battleship.
No.
And we're live.
Curses foiled again.
How you guys
I
doing?
like the way they played Battleship on Top Gear.
It is very effective that way.
Right?
No.
I'm pretty good, Kevin. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
We're here. We're
Could be
live.
better.
Life's treating
Could
you
be
all right?
worse. Yeah. So far.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk bone shorts. What?
I don't immediately know what that means.
The color of milk bones.
No one does, but that's what Norm says one time when he comes to get a beer from Cheers. How's the world, Norm? It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk bone shorts. How's the beer sound, Norm? I don't know. I usually finish them before they talk.
I guess it's only appropriate to throw in some Norm quotes.
Oh, man.
Who was if this was Cheers? Who would you be? Would you in fact be Norm?
Oh, man, that's tough. Because we all know who you are. Go ahead. Try to deny it.
I have no comment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe if I'm Norm, that makes Kevin Cliff.
Does it?
Or vice versa.
You don't think he's Woody?
No, he's smarter than Woody.
Who's Woody? Chad?
Yes.
I think Will's coach.
Will is definitely coach.
Yeah.
For 100%. Yeah, and you're Sam.
Yes. Just had to get it in there, huh? Had to deliver that.
I would accept also being Frasier, but...
You would?
Because people forget that's where Frasier came from.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we have anybody around yet.
No, not yet.
No Christian? No
That's
anybody?
there's a clip, and it's when Frasier was marrying the other chick who was a psychologist.
Oh, I can see her. I don't know what her character name
she's
was.
holding the baby in the bar.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't believe you brought the baby in here. He'll never learn anything. He'll never learn how to talk. And the Norm walks in, and no one says anything except for the baby. The baby goes, Norm. And then everyone just stops and turns and looks at the baby. Even Norm's like, what the hell? And then she looks at the baby and she goes, oh, look, he said mama. I don't care what it says. I fucking love that show.
I like Cheers. I never understood people's affinity for Frasier.
I haven't seen it in forever. Cheers.
See, that's the thing is, I like Frasier in Cheers.
Yeah, no. I've been Frasier the show.
No, I don't understand Frasier the show, but Frasier as a character in Cheers, that was exactly where he needed to be.
Well, like half the time when Frasier walked in, it was for a disappointing, like it was to bring the elevation down.
Yes.
And then they made a show about him, and I'm like, but that's just disappointment in a show.
Yeah, there's no high life for that. It's just sadness the whole time. 100%. No, but Frasier in Cheers is fantastic. Like he makes the show because he's just being a psychologist the whole time.
Is he actually a psychologist?
In real life?
Yeah.
Or his character?
So the character is a psychologist.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's just acting as a psychologist.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen that show in forever, and even then, I don't remember it all that well.
See, look at this flamethrower thing.
Yeah. Okay. You're weld, huh?
Yeah.
Somebody has to.
Booster rocket.
Just
setting.
in case.
Why?
Hey, listen.
Did your other one sputter out?
When I send my Scotty Camerons back to get refinished,
Yeah.
because if you're doing the full refurbished, you get a new shaft.
Mm-hmm.
So you just ship back the head, right? What do you think I used to heat up the glue to pop the head off? I was like, how am I going to get, one night, the first time I did, I was like, how am I going to get the head off this putter? I was like, wait, I bet my cigar lighter will work.
Wow. Set lighter to weld.
How long are you supposed to wait for it to come back?
Oh, it's like 4 months. They take forever.
Oh, damn.
Schmody got his back super fast, but I think it's because he bought it. He never possessed it until it was redone. And it wasn't being refurbished, it was just being repainted. So he bought the $700 all black special edition and then had it done in like all the paint fill done in like red, white, and blue. And
Your Scotty camera's expensive, isn't it?
All Scotty Camerons are expensive.
Listen, my Scotty wasn't.
It's not a
Yours is not a
Scotty
Scotty
Cameron.
It was a whole $9.
Yours is a Scotty worldwide, apparently.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's worldwide.
And Scotty doesn't know how much Scotty actually costs, okay?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I sent them back.
To be fair.
To be fair.
They were damaged not by me. I'm very judicious with my putter head cover.
Yeah, you yell at us for not using ours.
You should. It's just gonna get beat up.
I don't have one.
Well,
The steel on the
Kevin
putter if it's any good,
Mine is good.
Oh,
It's good for
oh.
me.
Ooh.
is
Ooh.
designed to be soft.
Listen, mine sounds
It-
like the ting of an anvil when you hit a golf ball. It is sexy to hear.
It's
That-
not soft though.
That doesn't sound like soft metal to me,
it's,
Kevin.
It's not.
Doesn't need to be.
It's also every time he putts, it goes up fucking million miles per hour.
Hey, I
Oh,
got
God, it
locked
took
in
off.
somewhat.
Bing.
I was slowly getting locked in there for a minute.
It's trees.
Dude, I was telling Casey, I was absolutely nuking the ball on the range the last couple times I've been out there. Like nuking. I almost killed an old man today. Didn't know he was there.
Listen, he should have moved faster and ducked quicker.
So when I started hitting my driver, because I don't hit my driver on that range if there's people on hole 2. And there'd been no one on 1. It was at the end of the day, it was quiet. Didn't see anybody out there. I don't know where he came from being honest, because I didn't see him play hole 1 because it's right next to the range. And I hit one, and I look up, and I go, oh, there's someone on the tee box. And I didn't get all of it. I was like, no, it's fine. I think it's fine. And then it hit the tee box right next to him. And then he was definitely flipping off the driving range.
Nice.
Like, oh, I won't put that away.
'Cause you're gonna get kicked off. Then you're gonna have to go to the other one.
Which one? The one up north of North Carson?
No, you're not allowed that one either. I think
Well,
you're
that
right,
one I
no.
just don't go above a 7-iron.
Yeah, that's true. Because you'd hit the hospital, cause structural damage to a building or something.
Wait, you can't go over a 7-iron on that one?
At Silver Oak?
Yeah.
No.
Would I?
That range is only like 280, 300 yards.
Yeah, well, and it's not that long. I don't even think it's that long. I think it's like 240.
Oh, I thought it was like,
And I think they cook their balls.
yeah, they have to.
But every once in a while, you get one that's not cooked very well.
And you just smash it out of the park.
Yeah, I saw a Cameron text.
He said he's in there waiting. His computer's slow, so I haven't seen a pop.
Is he in the wrong call? What happened there?
No, I think he's
He's just waiting.
just waiting.
Waiting for his computer to hook up and catch up.
What happened to his super fast Cambodian internet?
They ain't got no
The,
fiber.
the Cambodian interweb.
Fiber? What are you talking about,
They
fiber?
ain't got no fiber out there.
We don't even have that in my diet.
I'm surprised they're still not on dial-up.
Did you guys see there's a study? So obviously, like the weight loss shots been out forever. Manjaro and whatever the other two are. The semaglutide shots, right?
Yeah,
Um,
like that was Ozempic and stuff.
Yeah. So now they are putting out. There's a drug company called Regeneron, maybe something similar to that,
No.
and they're in animal trials with a myostatin inhibitor. Myostatin is what prevents your body from building too much muscle. And then there's a third component to it, which
Why,
inhibits something. I don't know what.
why don't you want your body to build more muscle?
There's a Belgian bull breed that does not naturally have a myostatin inhibitor. Look it up and you'll understand why.
Is it yoked?
It's just a jack
It's
bull.
obnoxious.
Is it the bowl they put on the front of the Lamborghini?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean it looks ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
You look at it and you go, that's dumb. Anyway, so they did studies, semaglutide, they did monkeys, and it was natural calorie inhibited diet.
Okay.
One with semaglutide, one with semaglutide and the myostatin inhibitor,
Okay.
and then one with the triple cocktail. And the range is like the natural diet, and it was all in grams, right? Because we're talking about little monkeys.
Yeah.
They lost on a natural diet. They lost very little muscle. They lost like 400 grams. And then on semaglutide, they lost like 700 grams of fat
Jesus.
and like 100 grams of muscle.
Okay.
And then semaglutide and myostatin they lost they still lost like 15 grams of muscle, but hardly any. But they lost like 1,400 grams of fat.
Wow.
And then you put them together in a deficit. All these are in a deficit, a caloric deficit. You put the triple cocktail. They lost the same amount of fat as the double cocktail. So like 1,400 grams of fat and put on 450 grams of muscle
Jesus.
in 2 months. So in 2 months, you could conceivably put on like 20 grams, like 20 pounds of muscle and be at like 6% body fat on this shit.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Finally making super soldiers here.
What's it
It's
called?
like 2 years out. It's the company's Regeneron. There's a bunch of other companies working on the same stuff. But it's going to be.
Regeneron.
It's like I think it's going to launch if they don't have any hiccups in clinical trials. It'll probably launch early to mid 27.
Okay. Cool.
And then we're just going to have like the whole world's going to be yoked.
Yeah. Well, America will be. We're not sharing that with anyone.
We still have no Bowman.
Yeah, but we have Christian.
Do we? Christian, how are you
Christian's awesome,
doing?
yeah.
Yes.
Can you say Regeneron in Megatron's voice?
Can I? No, I can't do accents
Like old
or
school,
impersonations.
like Regeneron.
Or the new one that's like 4 octaves deeper.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
I was
that's
thinking Energon. Like
well,
yeah.
that's because what isn't it? It's Hugo Weaving is the new Megatron.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, the coolest part about the first Transformers that came out, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago now.
2009.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Optimus Prime was the same voice as the cartoons
Yeah.
from when you were a kid?
It's Peter Weller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still doing that.
He's
Yeah, and you hear it and you're like, oh, that's just Optimus Prime.
Rules, man.
he's the blind guy, right? Blind surfer, or is that a different guy?
That's a different guy.
I thought they were the same person
No,
because I think he did the voice one or two times.
no.
Hmm.
The best one was the third one, though.
The best Transformers?
Well, for voice acting,
Okay.
because that was the one that had Leonard Nimoy come back,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
and
As the
as the
beat
actual
of
villain.
SR-71 or whatever?
No, he was the fire truck.
Oh, I thought he was the plane.
No,
hanging
the
up in
SR-71 was just the old curmudgeon-y dude.
Okay.
But Leonard Nimoy is he actually plays the bad guy,
Okay.
which is a throwback to the animated movie where he was the voice of Galvatron.
Are you sure he didn't also play a semi-good guy in a different one?
Well, he was the good guy at first because Optimus went and got him off the ship on the moon, and then it turned out that he was wanting to bring Cybertron to Earth to use the humans as slaves, and he was actually the bad guy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one where Optimus kills him and Megatron technically
Okay.
to make the fourth one where they had Galvatron.
I'm clearly not up on my Transformer.
Dude, I'm behind
Or-
too. That threw
That's what
me
I'm-
for a
That's what I'm
loop.
here for, boys.
Are we gonna get a Bowman in
I
here?
don't know, Christian. I saw that you're drinking Basil Hayden 10-year. What are you smoking with that, if anything?
Peter Weller should absolutely do a Super Bowl opening.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That'd be amazing.
We need to make this
All
happen.
these random celebrities throwing their hat in the ring. They're like, no,
No,
we got this one
don't,
covered.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's cool.
Just obnoxious. All right. I don't know if we're gonna get vote. Do we do? Okay, so whiskeys.
Yes.
Whiskey 1 is the E.H. Taylor
Wait, hold on.
Straight Rye, which I finally stumbled on for less than $250.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, that's good.
Bourbon Whiskey 2 is a rye out of the mystery box. And Whiskey 3 is Jack Daniel's barrel proof pick.
All right, so we're not. We know it's a rye, but we mix it up, so we don't know what it is.
Ooh. The rye spice on that is fantastic.
Yeah?
Oh, man.
It has like a bubblegum note to it.
That's good.
Is that the third one you're smelling?
No, he's
No,
got the
that's
first
the
one.
first one. The
Yeah.
first one, you're right. It smells like bubblegum, but it just has the rye spice like a crazy hit to the mouth. That's fantastic.
There's no dill in it.
I think that's, you know what, that might be what I like.
But there's no
I,
dill.
I don't necessarily like the dill. Sometimes it comes off too much sometimes.
It's more baking spice than dill.
Yeah. That's really good. Oh,
Like allspice.
oh, that's good.
I've never had it. This will be the first time.
Oh.
It was one of those that like I stumbled on it. It was on the bottom at one of the stores in their lock case, and they always have small batch down there. I was like, oh, small batch. I was like, that color looks a little off because the small batch has got the orange fill.
Yes.
And I was like, that's not orange. I looked down, I was like, oh, it's a straight rye.
Oh.
I'll take one of the. Oh shit! There's
Where'd you find that one at?
Rayleigh's.
Galena?
No, up here.
Up here?
Yeah.
Shit.
I do like. There's like a bubblegum sort of icing note. I really like that.
Well, we can hear you. I can see you.
All right, sweet. Bubblegum icy note.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell. Is that a cigar?
No, that's
Yes,
good.
It's a cigar.
No, it's a rye whiskey.
Oh.
It's the E.H. Taylor straight rye, which when I see it normally, it's $250 to $300, but I found it for SRP, so I bought one. And we're
Nice.
tasting against the mystery whiskey, the mystery rye, and a Jack Daniel's barrel proof, single barrel proof rye.
Okay. Nice. I will be tasting some
Gansberg.
fucking. I can only have one of those today. But I'm going to be tasting some knockoffs of Cambodian knockoffs of American soft drinks and some weird ass Cambodian soft drinks and that. So it's going to be quite interesting to watch
Why,
what my
pray
face
tell,
looks like.
the limitation, Bowman?
Yeah, why can't you just get Coca-Cola and call it a day?
I'm on a bunch of antibiotics. Oh, why can't I do that? Because I thought it'd be funnier
Oh.
for the audience to see me drink a bunch of garbage. I don't know if it's garbage or not. I mean, one of them's like some weird Chinese medicine infused collagen sweet drink that kids drink, and then there's I've got a grape soda. I'm interested in seeing what that is. It's called Eyes, and then they have a cola also, so I'm gonna have that, and then there's something else in there, but I can't quite remember.
I really want to do for old fashions in the winter. I want to make a cola syrup.
Ooh, that would be fun.
That might be pretty good.
Do you know how to make that?
I'm sure you can figure it out.
I mean, the recipe for cola is not really a secret.
Yeah.
Not smoking on a weekday. My second drink is going to be Weller Antique 107.
I still have not had Weller Antique.
I thought you bought a bottle, or was that a different one?
No, is that the red one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to find one out here. We don't get the red labels, right?
Yeah, hardly any.
Yeah, rarely.
Bulletproof is showing up in mass all of a sudden.
I know, right?
People are still hoarding it. I saw some guy bought a case of it. I'm like,
Jesus.
you dick.
Damn.
One fell off.
I mean, I've definitely made some, like, sent some operatives in to pick up extra stag. Yeah.
Where?
Oh, I didn't realize you were the director of clandestine services.
At the same place?
What's that?
At the same place up here?
No, so stag will show up routinely at different places.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
like one bottle per person. You're like, not today. Come to me, my spies.
Phone comes out, like, I'm going to need some favors.
If you were a master of disguise, you could just go out to the car and then come back.
This is like that scene in The West Wing. So if I do this, we're even. So if I do this, I will do this favor for you and many, many more. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Even that, speaking of Master of Disguise, do you remember that fucking awful Dana Carvey movie?
No.
Yeah, the master of disguise.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The Master of Disguise.
What am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Such a ridiculous movie.
He did that for his kids. Okay, it was for his kids.
I didn't see it.
You never seen it?
It's entertaining if you take it for what it is.
Legitimately, like it should have just been a Saturday Night Live sketch, but they decided to make a movie out of it, and it's
Well, there was a time when if you had Dana Carvey, you were going to make a movie.
yeah. So they made one called The Master of Disguise,
There was a time.
and it's
Pistachio.
not good.
For much longer than the time that Pauly Shore lasted.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, but Biodome was a good movie.
I liked In an Army Now with Pauly Shore.
You're just trying to bait me at this point.
I'm not. You
You
don't.
are.
What's wrong with Biodome?
Literally everything
Encino Man.
Encino Man, yeah.
Yeah.
is slightly.
In the army now.
Ask Christian.
Just put
Ask Christian.
make your brother the main character and becomes a real comedy.
Stripes or in the Army now, Casey?
Stripes.
Stripes,
There
of
you go.
course.
Oh, Stripes.
Come on. Who asked that question?
Well, you said that with such fervor, I had to ask.
The toss up would be like Stripes or Police Academy.
Stripes.
Oh,
See?
I don't know.
See?
I might have to go police.
See?
I might have to go police academy
there
on
we
that
go.
one.
No, it's Stripes, but the comparison's a lot closer.
I mean, they're at least in the same universe.
Yeah, 100%. Police Academy or Police Academy 4?
Police Academy.
Ooh, see, I don't know. I think
Yeah, the
4
first
is,
one.
4 is good.
Police Academy.
It's all about 4.
The original one
Police Academy
kind of
2
takes
is
it
pretty
for me.
bad.
2, the first assignment.
No, it's Police Academy.
All right. What about 3? Back to the Academy.
Nope. Still Police Academy.
3. Wait, 3
You
has
cannot-
Bobcat Goldthwait. Hang on a minute.
All right. Christian said you cannot watch In the Army Now sober.
It's not meant for that.
Well,
You're
yeah,
not supposed to. Yeah.
It's not meant for that.
that's because there's at least like 6 or 7 drinking games you can play while watching that one. Why would you watch it sober?
Just reflexive.
Did you
Like
ever
you turn it on sober, you're all by yourself, and reflexively something happens, and you turn to the room and say, "Drink." You go, "Oh shit."
Oh, no one's here. Never mind.
Dude, have you seen Tony kill Tony? Tony brings him out on stage a couple times through the years and just parades him around like a goon. And it's so like I don't know, it's like on one hand Tony's like giving him a wide audience again, but on the other hand it's so obvious that he's just like making him look like such an idiot in the comedy world these
Who's
days.
he parading
It's
around?
Pauly Shore.
Pauly
Oh.
Shore.
Oh,
Why
well,
would you do that?
That's not hard.
Well, so the thing is he was doing a movie to promote, and I think he asked if he could, and Tony was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Absolutely.
Yes.
and then he comes on to a panel of just roasters, dude, that are just like some of the hottest comedians out there right now, and they're all just fucking. It was so funny because you could tell that he didn't get a lot of the jokes about himself.
The funny
Like he
part
still
is
thought it was praise.
a lot of the comedians nowadays are mainly people who just roast. So they're just talking shit about each other, which is funny. It can be funny, but I mean,
No,
I kinda
that's-
like old school
that's
comedy
fair.
still.
The storytelling comedy has kind of disappeared a little bit.
yeah.
It depends. Chappelle still definitely does it. Bill Burr still does it. But yeah, I mean, right now one of the biggest things that everybody's doing is crowd work specials. Ever since Matt Rife really hit, and Big J Okerson.
So they're
Big
going
J
back to crowd work.
Oh, dude, Big J Okerson will do a 2-hour crowd work special, and he'll just, dude, he's that guy is hilarious, you know. Yeah, Big J is great. He's fucking, some of the shit that he says is just so funny, dude. He's like, is that your mom, or is she just some trans chick you're hanging out with? It's just like, what the fuck?
Jimmy Carr does a
He
lot
just
of good crowd work too.
Yeah, but Jimmy Carr
Carr's
waits.
funny.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Carr is fucking pretty good.
He
about
knows
that.
how to do it.
Like he might as well have a boxing bell in there because he's doing his routine until someone says something stupid. He's just
Someone's
waiting.
chirping.
Ding ding!
Yeah.
Fight time! You just chose violence. Congratulations!
Yeah, his laugh is so ridiculous too, where he's like,
It's an
It's like- it sounds like
an
a-
inward breathing laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
he actually describes it. I don't know how you develop that, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how he describes it. Because the one about the wish was that he ended up laughing like a donkey instead of what he actually wished for. That was fucking hilarious.
Anyway, so what's going on, Bowman? Why are you sick?
Oh,
He's in Cambodia.
He lives in a
Yeah,
third world
no.
country. The water.
Yeah, this one was just.
Were you finally bit by the cobra?
No, luckily. Actually, I've been. There's a lot of snakes on our property, but they're all cool ones that don't bite. But yeah, no, I was just. I was actually so. There's between my living room and which is like that's where Adele's workspace is. Mine is in the guest house for now. And the actual bedroom, there's like a sort of open area. It's closed kind of, but there's a big ass rainstorm. and it's got really grippy tile, which is great, right? But the floor's all wet, and I kind of forgot about that. So I walked into the bedroom, and in the bedroom, it's not the case. In the bedroom, there are these giant, like fucking, 3 foot by 3 foot, like 1 yard by 1 yard, beautiful marble slabs that are about the slipperiest goddamn thing that you could ever fucking step on. And so I just fucking ate shit, dude, and I split myself open. And I was like, it's okay, it's no big deal. And then woke up the next day, and then my legs were starting to swell again, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going through another year of crazy staph infection. So yeah, I just figured I'm going to take a break and get these antibiotics run through, and then also at some point, if I continue to drink as much beer as I do, I will not be able to come and drink whiskey with you guys because my liver will shit out of my ass probably.
Sounds bad. Hey, fun story about snakes. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
My uncle came across a young rattler in his yard while he was mowing the yard.
Chop him up.
Yeah, what do you think happened there?
It's one of two things. It got burnt or it got.
Funny story. He's like, normally the pigs keep the rattlesnakes in check. Apparently, pigs don't mind rattlesnake bites. But he's like, I don't know where the pigs have been. I think my neighbor might have finally killed them all.
See, in hindsight, we should have left a couple alive.
See, I like how he just blames the neighbor and doesn't take part in it either.
Well, so where the houses are situated,
Yeah, they have a.
he can only shoot in one direction.
Yeah, they got a sector, don't they?
Yeah.
I feel like your uncle's good enough shot. It doesn't really matter.
No, that's fair. When he talks about when he's disappointed in his pistol work, it's pretty unreal, the size targets and the distances he's talking about.
So your uncle's better than you with a pistol, is what you're saying.
I would not be surprised. Not in the slightest.
I mean, he does have the range to play with all day.
Yeah, that's true.
He's also shot a lot more rounds than I have.
Yes.
The real test, though, is always the flintlock.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, I don't know if this is an omen for more snakes this year or if it was just a random. I tried to convince him that it should just be a one-off.
See, I'm happy I don't live in a place like that because I would have
We
that
have rattlers
flamethrower.
out here.
You do live in a place like that.
Not
I
like-
literally
not like
picked
that.
up like 3 of them last week while at work.
Really? We don't have them in our neighborhood.
Only at my work because it's all desert pretty
Yeah,
much, so they
see,
just slither in.
I'm far enough inward. Like, we don't get them out there.
I feel like you would have with the
I think
golf
they,
range
I think
and everything.
they all chill at the airport.
They do. Actually, it's funny because one of the courses, so at Eagle Valley, the East course gets almost no rattlesnakes. The West course some years is infested.
So you got to take a snake catcher out there just to
No,
toss
no,
'em?
you don't go anywhere near the sage. Like if your ball goes into the sagebrush, it's gone.
That's what we did. Every time we lost, I lost 3 balls in the sage because I was hitting
Yeah,
good.
we don't go the sage anyway. We're not playing that game.
Yeah, that's 7.
I can't take my 45 on the range. Okay.
That
I mean, it is Nevada.
Okay, maybe I
But
can take my 45 on the range.
You can use your 45 degree on the range.
that
fucker.
that Mizuno 7 wood that I picked up, I was hitting pretty good with it, but it was all going towards the
Yeah.
fucking brush.
You're like, it's going a long ways in the wrong
I don't think
direction.
you call that good. I don't
left-
think that's
I
the
left the
definition of
glove.
good.
I left a glove. It fell off. So I just drove back. I was like, I'll be right back, Kevin. I left him out there. And like, I was like, I gotta get my glove. And I start driving back. I'm like, where the fuck did Kevin go? And he had like 7 wood his whole way to the fucking tee box or the green. He just kept going. And then he was like
7 putted.
putting with it. I was like, what are you doing?
You took your sweet time.
He's like, you left me here. I had the one glove.
I'm gonna do the
Dude,
7 wood
speaking of-
challenge.
Speaking of the snake stories, you guys were asking if we have many snakes. So we wake up, this was like a week ago, and I'm like, I don't know, I just woke up because usually the cats are hanging out on the bed and stuff. And so I've like, cats will usually come over and they'll fuck around with me and shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. and then it like just feels weird. So I just open my eyes. I look over, and there's a fucking snake sleeping on the bed next to me. Just curled up like nothing's going on.
Nope.
It's just like
Nope, bro.
It's like it's like up here, like underneath my armpit and shit. Just like, yeah, wait. And I wake up and look at it. It's like, you hope you don't mind. And I'm like,
You just froze. You're like,
Nope.
and so I was like, Adele, and she was like, yeah, what's going on? And I was like, look, and she was like, oh shit. And I was like, okay.
Crocky.
She's like, hold on.
is this one
Crikey.
poisonous?
Rocky, look at the Sheila
Well,
right
no,
there.
It looks like it's fucking. It looks venomous, right? It definitely looks venomous because it's like got this fucking one band around its head, and it's got that viper shaped head.
Nope.
Did it have round
So I
eyes or?
To be even honest, I wasn't paying too much as to whether or not it was an Asian snake, but I think it is.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Wow.
Cameron is immediately racist with
Wow.
snakes.
I've never known anyone to racially profile snakes, but I guess you're the one to do it.
Oh, you round out. You okay?
Damn round eye death rope, dangerous.
So what's so funny, dude, is like Adele is so Australian that she's like, don't move, you know? And I'm like, okay, you know, and I was like, I can get rid of it. And she's like, no, I've got this. You don't know how to deal with snakes. And I'm like, okay. So I've got a fucking 5'3" woman. How emasculating is this? And she's like, comes over, gets the snake, takes it out, gets rid of it, right? So we think nothing of it. Next day, come in, same snake back in the bed. How the fuck did it get there? So she takes it and we bring it all the way off the property, put it across the fence, right? And next day we come back, 3 snakes inside, and they're all like baby snakes, and we're like, what the? And so we're looking around, and then we realize behind her travel luggage, that snake that was laying was a mama snake, and it was like cuddling up with me. I guess it couldn't be warmth that it needs in Cambodia, but I guess it wasn't an air-conditioned room, and so it had like 10 snakes. So we were like, what the? So the whole time we'd been living with a snake in there for I don't know how long it takes for them to go into, to have to sit on the eggs and whatever. And I don't know how that fucking shit works.
6 to 8
And
weeks.
so, yeah, so there was another fucker in there for like 6 to 8 weeks. We didn't even. And the fucking cats. How useless can a cat be? Like,
You take the cats aside and have a conversation.
well, people are always like, oh, cats are the supreme hunter. I'm like, yeah, right, bro. There was a fucking snake having snake babies in the fucking in our room for
Because
fucking
your cats are
2
smart.
months.
Cats were like, nah, fam.
Cats were like, nah, we're good. That's
Yeah, good luck.
I'm too
nope.
lazy. I'm too lazy for that. That's a no.
That's a nope rope. I
That
ain't
snake's
touching it.
big. It's gonna eat me.
It's like that fucking that scene in Yellowstone is fucking terrifying.
Which one?
The one where the chick's like in her bedroll and they're like, hey, we haven't seen her in a long time. And the Rip goes in there. He's like, what are you doing? And she's like, rattlesnake. And he fucking takes the blanket off and it's just curled up on her chest. I was like, no, I'm good.
That's why you don't sleep.
I like camping. I ain't fucking camping anywhere like that. Nope.
You camp out? Don't you camp out here or no?
No,
You went to Colorado.
Not without
That's
a
right.
collection of Molotovs.
I put a ring of fire around me.
I will
Nobody's coming
burn
here.
the fuck out of the world. I don't give a shit. So when I retire, I'm moving to Iceland. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no snakes, ain't no bugs. I'm good.
That is.
Yeah,
I thought that was Greenland.
Volcanoes and shit.
That's fine.
Volcanoes and hot springs. I'm good.
And beautiful women, from what I understand.
And that fermented shark stuff
Oh yeah.
in the can.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
Christian
Ugh.
has some news. A minor announcement.
Okay.
Some news.
Good news.
Oh, is the Dacia Sandero finally coming to California?
That-
What have we got here?
No,
Now we're
We're
waiting.
waiting. This is a
On
long
the
wait,
edge
you
of our
know.
seat.
I don't even have any advanced notice of this.
I
I'm
know.
completely in the dark.
Off the cuff right here. Here we go.
That's right. He wanted to surprise everyone all at once.
Yes.
Now we're all
The
just waiting.
anticipation. It's killing me.
I've decided I'm. You can read that one.
I've decided I'm gay and coming out of the closet. I guess your wife's gonna have to replace you on the podcast now.
I meant, like to yourself, not out loud.
Oh, well, that's right.
You know, with the nature of this podcast, I'm just left here waiting for the punchline.
Yeah, right. That's
Right?
true.
Like there has to be more.
Yeah.
We never did tell
Josephus.
Josephus. That's right.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, there we go.
We should
I
probably
think
have
we're not very good at telling our audience about movement.
Jess is pregnant.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, wow. Right on.
That's super cool.
That's amazing.
Is it yours?
You knew it was gonna come.
I'm sorry. It just
Someone
came
had
out.
to. And of course, it was going to be over here from this corner.
Hopefully it comes out albino.
What? It's a fair question.
just kidding,
It's a
dude.
fair question to ask, I think, in this
Is it,
day and
though?
age.
Okay.
They could have gone to a donor. Maybe they're trying to make some kind of genetic specimen.
Have you met Christian?
Yeah, they could be looking for a genetic
I think
specimen.
they're already a genetic specimens, bro.
You know, this could be like government issued, like GMO created. I don't know, super soldier. I don't
Universal soldier.
I'm just going to unwrap my cigar.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead.
I love this cigar. I hate the wrapper.
I've never been much for wrapped cigars.
Wait, Unisols were just dead fucking soldiers. Or are you talking about two with Michael J. White? Yeah, he said Universal Soldier. I was like, Unisols in the first one were just soldiers from Vietnam or whatever. Operation Desert Thunder.
Feels more like a Master Sergeant situation.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Uh-oh.
An albino super soldier.
Just
All right.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to grab one of these weird drinks.
Sounds good. I just messaged Josephus, so we'll see if he pops in.
Yeah, we probably let him down by not telling him.
Yeah, I apologize.
Hey, in my defense, I haven't been here for a couple weeks.
no, that's fair.
That is
That's
fair. Weren't you here in the last one?
Was I? No, we didn't do the last one. Was I here the one before that and just skipped the...
I think
Yeah,
so.
you just skipped
The
the
cigar review?
Yeah, you just,
And then we came up.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Did we come up? I don't
No, because it was
remember.
Memorial Day weekend, and we were like, this is...
I thought me and Casey came up an extra day.
came
we
up
did,
on
yeah.
Tuesday.
I was
Tuesday.
here,
we hung out.
Yeah.
but it was one of those, like, everyone was gassed.
Yeah.
Well, I was gassed.
Dude, she started cracking up, is what he said.
Yeah, we saw that.
Just remember, statistically, in the first 3 months, it's supposed to look like you. If it doesn't,
Statistically, every time I see a baby, they all look like old men, and like I've never liked baby faces. All just look like old men. You put little hats on them like this.
And
Definitely old man.
you say I'm the asshole.
different kind of asshole. Kevin's cheeky and fun. You go for the jugular, okay?
So I know what you're talking about.
All right, look, Kevin, tier 3 operator. You, tier 1 operator.
Christian, I haven't started the new shift yet. I kind of did, but I went on vacation at the beginning of the schedule, so it's nice.
Kevin puts on a fishing derby
Yeah.
for the youngins
Kevin's been sexing
of the
up fish.
greater Gardnerville area.
That's right. I'm doing the Douglas County Fishing Derby, and I've been doing it for 14, 15 years now.
It's
God.
a yee good time.
That's right. It's a hell of a time.
Yeah, they use dynamite and everything. It's fantastic.
I wish we could use dynamite. You know how fun that'd be? God damn.
Did someone say there's going to be a fishing derby at Burning Man this year?
Oh, if I could put that on,
I
hell
wouldn't
yeah.
doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that at all, man. There's definitely people who bring out. There's like God, there's this one. I forget the name of the camp, but they literally show up and they're all from New York, and they set up. And I'm not even joking. And you can't find it really. It's like completely hidden unless somebody invites you. And it's a full 5-star restaurant. I mean, I'm talking like the seating's 5-star. You go inside, it's got big chandeliers. It's like a fucking Stanley Kubrick movie when you get in there, dude. And but outside, it just looks like a white tent. And you go in, and it's full 7-course, 5-star meal with all the drinks and everything.
3-star.
And it's well, I mean, it's made by 5-star chefs, but
3-star.
anyway.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not being negative here. the rating is 3-star.
Well, it has a hotel connected to it as well.
No,
And that's
I'm
part of
telling you, there is one appropriate star system in the world, it's Michelin, and the top rating is 3-star.
Ah, okay, I understand. Yeah.
And then, like, what are the diamonds?
Those are paid for.
It's a different rating. It's a different company. Diamonds are AAA.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
The old Diners Club.
All right, so this is the first one I'm going to try, and this is called it's called Bonbach Hulshow.
Yeah, turn it.
Oh yeah, there it is. That should be it.
A little bit more.
Hold on.
The other way. There we go.
Almost there.
Almost.
We're making progress.
Almost.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Is that a
So
goose
this
on the
shit-
label?
That looks like
Yeah.
a goose, yeah.
What?
I guess what it translates to is bird's nest, and it's some kind of collagen drink. So let's see how this is.
That doesn't look appealing.
Doesn't sound appealing.
No,
I mean, it looks kind of like.
Are you supposed to
agave,
shake it
I
up
guess.
first?
Yeah. Did you shake before you?
I did. I shook it up.
Okay.
Is there leaves in that?
Oh God. Oh no.
Yeah, drink it.
Oh.
We got to see this
it.
now.
Do it.
Oh,
Come
no.
on. Do it. Come on. Bottoms up. Bottoms up.
Do it. You're going to barf. Do it. Do it.
No, that is not a winner.
You know, if you drink that for 2 weeks, your taste buds renew themselves every 2 weeks, so you'll get used to it.
It's like drinking passcode date milk.
Yeah, is it thick and gravy?
You would in fact know
sweet.
that, Cameron.
Yeah, out of anybody. Yeah, growing up, my dad when he was like during the Clinton administration or whatever, when he lost his job and all that, he was fucking going around. He used to be a liquor distributor, and so he was going around to all his different clients, and when the things were just past code date, they had to throw them out. They would give them to him instead.
Yeah, Cameron. So when we shared an apartment in Slow, I'd be like throwing stuff out. And he'd be like, "What's the date on that?" I'd be like, "Oh, 2 days ago." He'd be like, "No, you got another 7 days on that."
Yep.
Yeah.
That is true.
I don't trust anything when it hits a date.
God,
if
dude.
it's the day of, I'm okay with that. If it's past,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Maybe you just gotta drink it again. Maybe the first, it's like bourbon. The
Yeah, you
first
gotta try
one's
it.
rough. The second
Yeah.
time you're
It smoothens
acclimated.
out.
Yeah.
Don't take
I
the
don't
bait,
think so.
Cameron. Don't take the bait.
Do it. You got this. Come on. You opened it already. You gotta finish it.
Do it for the vine.
You can't
I'm
waste
not
it.
finishing this.
Listen,
I'm not going that far, but I will.
your
take
dad
another
expects you
drink.
to finish that.
Here we go. Do it for the vine, for the fans, for the people.
Slam it.
one
All of
fan.
it. Slam it.
No, I'm not slamming it.
Do it.
Fuck off.
Don't let it
It's a
touch.
little bottle.
Yeah, don't let it touch the back of your throat. You'll be fine. Go, go,
Go
go,
ahead.
go.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh. Why? Why is that one of the most? Why is that one of the most popular drinks in this country?
They have no taste buds.
Because it's healthy.
Oh no, I don't. It doesn't taste like it. I can tell you that. It's like it's. I guess it's like collagen or something. It just tastes. Oh. Ugh. It's like sweet rotten milk with chunks.
That's
and all.
I would not be able to get that down if there were chunks in something that tastes like rotten milk. I would have no chance.
Curdy, you're like,
Ooh, yeah.
It's like the old cement mixer shot. Not interesting.
Maybe it just needs some clamato juice.
Christian says to put the tomato juice in there and slam it. Even Christian says go for it. You got this.
Throw a clam in there and fucking call it a day.
Everyone
Out
loves
here
the
it'd have to be
Caesar.
a river crab.
So you got multiple drinks. At the end, you got to
Yeah.
mix them all together and then drink it.
I ain't doing none of that shit. Hell no.
This is Kevin's. Like he does this with the bourbons. And whatever he has left, he's like, "All right, let's try them together." Like, why? What's the point of that?
It might as well. Sometimes it gets better when they're bad. Sometimes it gets a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Oh,
Little cayenne pepper, a little bit of tomato juice. I'm pretty sure that drink's fine.
Maybe I'll use it to make a simple syrup or something.
No, don't do that. Just get rid of it.
Make some Cambodian drink that's like Cambodian
Dude,
cocktail.
they'll probably love it.
I did make. There's a podcast in the world called Cocktail College, where they pick a drink in a bar every week, and they go over like the history of the drink and the bar and whatever, and how they make it and whatever. And a couple weeks ago, they did a White Russian, maybe the best White Russian I've ever had, from a bar in Chicago called Gus's Sip and Dip.
I've heard of that place.
Don't they just call it Gus's White Russian now or something like that?
I don't know, but it was phenomenal. So what they pre-batch the Black Russian part of it, because a White Russian is just a Black Russian with cream, right? But they adulterate it a bunch. So they take an ounce of Kettle One vodka, an ounce of Brigetti espresso liqueur, and they're mixing it in batches, so it's more than that. But for the drink purposes, it's an ounce. They do a half an ounce of cold brew extract. They don't tell you what the extraction level is, so you don't know if it's like 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 or whatever. And then a quarter ounce of vanilla infused simple syrup, and you do a big batch of that. So you're really doing, it's probably like a bottle of one, a bottle of another. And they store it cold, and then they take heavy whipping cream, 8 parts heavy whipping cream, 1 part rich simple syrup. So 2 parts sugar, 1 part water, rich simple syrup, and they infuse it with the simple syrup. So they make a sweet heavy whipping cream. Store that cold. Then, when someone orders it, they take out the cream, 4 ounces in a blender, blend it up to where it's just pourable, not quite fully whipped. Pour it over rocks glass on ice, and then they take 2 3/4 ounces of the pre-batched Black Russian and just pour it over the cream, and then you just drink it straight like that. It's amazing. Like, amazing.
Sounds good. So I have to wash this taste out of my mouth. So I'm gonna drink another one. So this one.
Yeah, that's how that works. You go from one to the other.
Yeah.
And you hope that the worst one was first.
But for you, it's going to be every one of them.
I kind of chose it that way. Yeah. So this one is this one's called Eyes.
All right. It looks like a
And
cola.
it's their version of cola, but it's like Jolt. It's an
Is
energy
it
cola.
O's
Nice.
Eyes?
No, it's just Eyes.
Yeah, but what's the brand on the above that? What is that?
It's just a bubble.
Or is
That's
that
their-
is
that's
that
the-
the dot on the eye?
That's the dot on the eye.
Out of
That's
place
also
with
their-
its own little like exclamation.
Yeah. That's its logo. That's just that little the 3 bubbles.
I feel
How
like
many
they
ounces
I
is
feel
that?
like they could use some marketing help, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so let's check it out. So this is what it's
It
supposed
looks
to be like,
like
a Jolt.
cola. Optimistic from the
I
from
mean,
the
if it
the
tastes
design.
like Jolt's
How many
really good.
ounces is it?
12?
This is like 10, I think.
12? Yeah.
10 ounce. Yeah.
You gotta remember,
Pretty sure
small,
it's 10.
small Cambodian hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiny Cambodian
Tiny
hands.
Cambodian hands.
Eyes made by tiny Cambodian hands. Let's give it a run. Let's
All
see
right,
how
here we go.
it holds up to Jolt.
Izom.
Nothing holds up to Jolt.
Yeah, Jolt was the best. Greatest invention of all time.
It's like Dr. Pepper masquerading as Mountain Dew.
I think the best out ever was Surge. That's actually that's
Pleasant?
not bad. It's a little. I'm not gonna lie. It's way over sugared. Like this is just too. It's super
It didn't
sugary.
have much
but
fizz. Does it taste flat too, or what?
yeah, it's not flat, but it's definitely not like that was one of the best parts about Jolt. Is it had a lot of carbonation.
Carbonated. We used to have to like pop
Yeah,
the
the
top and it would
carbonation is-
explode.
Yeah, that part I'm not a huge fan. But I would say like if you're driving down, like cruising around on your bike or whatever, and you're out in the sticks and you want a Coke or something, just like for a little pick me up because you're feeling a little sugar deprived, and you see this and they don't have Coke, I'd probably say go for it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
All right.
Especially, I think it's only 1,500 real, which is like 30 cents, 35 cents.
It's gonna be a disappointing segment if they just keep getting better.
Right?
Well, we'll just make him drink the first one again.
I would not, Cameron, if I'm being honest, I would save a significant portion of that for the after for the rest, just in case.
That would be a smart
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Well, I have a Gansberg. The last one I'm drinking is a Gansberg. I can have one beer today, so
There you go.
Only one.
yeah.
The beer will wash it down.
I don't know what's next.
Get all that sweet. Next is It's called. It's like a fucking. Here, let me grab it real quick. It's called Picari Sweat.
That was almost
That
a
sounds
sentence.
disgusting. It's like what
Always
was
gotta-
that? Tropic Thunder, booty sweat.
I want you to punch that director in the face. Sorry, man. Duh. I still do that. Like, that was hilarious. Like, the best part about that scene when he first comes on is that no one in the theater knew who he was. I was the only one laughing.
Dude, I had a whole problem. Like, I didn't realize who it was right away myself, and
So
I'm like, who is that?
did. Rachel was offended because I was dying, and she's like, "What's so funny?" It's Tom Cruise in a fat suit.
Yeah, because I
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about your drink, and
I-
I brought up booty sweat.
at first I didn't care for the movie because I was like, oh, it's just another dumb Ben Stiller movie. So like, I didn't watch it, and then everyone kept telling me like, dude, you can't even tell it's fucking Tom Cruise. And I was like, all right, I'll watch it. As soon as he comes on, I'm like, that's fucking Tom. How do you not know that's Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Like, how can you not tell?
Yeah.
Like, have you just not watched Top Gun
With
enough? Like, what
Tom-
the fuck's going
Tom
on?
Cruise in a fat suit with giant hands.
Because he wanted the big hands.
Big hands.
He wanted them. Yeah, that was part.
Yeah.
Lane, do you remember when we were writing that script in slow called Mega McUber Meterburger? Mm-hmm. And the whole reason that we were writing it was just so we could put Tom Cruise in a 500-pound fat suit.
Yeah, right. And then, like, not 500 pounds, but we were beaten to the punch.
Yeah, we were pissed.
Yeah.
We wrote this entire. So the whole theory about this is it starts off with this shot of like a Chinese woman getting on a plane, right? And it's an American plane, and the plane's like twice the size wide as every other plane on the tarmac, and she's like just like walking by, and there's all these like little Asian people and regular people and Europeans and that, and then gets to the one that's going to fucking Chicago or to San Francisco or wherever, and it's just all just fat people. This is the trailer, and the opening would be the opening of the movie, and so she like walks in and she kind of like tries to squeeze in between everybody, and she's just like sitting there, and then they get on the plane, and all the seats are twice as wide, the plane's twice as wide. And then she like lands in New York and then gets off the plane, and it's just everybody is like in mobility scooters. They're all like 500 to 700 pounds. All the streets are wider, and then it's like Mega McUber Meterburger.
Like all the humans on Wall-E.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So Mega McUber Meterburger is one of every type of meat with one of every type of cheese with one of every type of sauce, no vegetables, in between 2 chicken fried steaks as buns. And it's the most famous in this story. This is the most famous product in America, and the whole thing is it gets to the hero, which is Tom Cruise, who one day can't figure out why he keeps eating this stuff because he wants to be he wishes he could be like the CEO, and the CEO of it is Brad Pitt, right? And Brad Pitt's all shredded, and he's like, and he's like, Mega McUber Meterburger. We've done a non-meat version, da 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 da, and he's just like, I want to fucking kill that guy, man. And it's like the journey of him trying to fight Brad Pitt and lose weight to be able to get there. But anyway, I digress. But so this is Picari Sweat.
Booty sweat.
Booty sweat.
That's what I'm assuming it is now. I don't know the first word, so that's what it is now.
I don't know. It's like it looks like a Korean drink of
Was
some
it
kind.
Pepsi Crystal or something?
Crystal Pepsi?
Crystal
Yep.
Pepsi? Yeah.
How dare you shit on the name of Crystal Pepsi?
I mean, so this looks kind of like it's called an ion supply drink. And it looks kind of like jizz.
It's got a pH of 2.
1,000.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get this bitch open.
Oh, man. Those small Cambodian hands are keeping you from opening them, huh?
Yeah, dude. It's because they have these tiny Cambodian caps. You can't get a grip on them with these big-ass American fingers.
And these tiny Cambodian bottles, this tiny Cambodian village.
Goddamn tiny Cambodian hands. All right, let's see this. Let's see how this is. Okay, it doesn't smell awful. It smells kind of like lemony. I don't know.
It's probably
Yeah,
Sprite.
I'm sure it's just Sprite or Starry.
Yeah, it's Sprite.
No, it's weird.
Nope, not it. It's Pepsi Crystal.
Chris, how dare you solely the name of Crystal Pepsi? You can shit on Pepsi Blue, but you can't shit on Crystal Pepsi.
So it's not carbonated for one. It's like a It's like if you took Powerade, like the lime one, and you water it way down.
It's
and
Fresca.
Then
It's Fresca.
It's Fresca.
it's not good. But
Neither is Fresca.
but it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's all right. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not.
Is it really sweet or what?
There's like 4 guys in Fumori that are addicted to Fresca.
I've never had it.
You never had a Fresca?
Nope.
It's Canadian.
I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking soda and all that. So if it comes in a bottle that looks like a soda, I don't drink it. Or a fountain, I don't drink that either.
Wait, but you drink Red Bull.
That's different.
Is it though?
It kind of is.
Not that much.
It's healthier than soda is.
That makes sense.
Listen, Cameron just called you unhealthy. I think you should feel that.
I would not want to hear that from you, Cameron. I've seen what you drink.
Well, I mean,
That Jankum drink earlier.
Oh yeah, fucking. Well, hey, that's supposed to be very good for you, but no, this thing has a weird finish on it. It's like it's like sweet on the tip of the tongue. It's a complex flavor, I'll give it that, and it's not bad. It's just it doesn't feel like it goes anywhere, and then it just turns sour towards the back of the tongue. Not like sour, like bad sour, but like a little bit bitter or a little bit sour. So, but it just kind of, if you feel like there's going to be something else coming. Do you know what I mean?
Like there should be more. You're expecting more.
Yeah, it's Fresca.
Yeah, it does. It's like watching a fucking what's that goddamn movie?
No.
Well,
You're thinking of it.
there's a lot of them. Well, there's a lot of them. I'm just trying to think. Think of a movie. Casey, think of a movie that you watch and it's like you're actually like this could go somewhere. And then the third act, you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then the whole thing just falls apart. It's just like the movie's all right for the first half, and then
It stays the
like,
same the whole way
just,
through and
just
never.
flounders.
yeah,
AI.
yeah, well, it just doesn't go.
Yeah.
Not AI's fault.
AI.
I mean, it's bad. The word it's bad in AI that you know exactly where Stanley Kubrick died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Inner space.
No, it's definitely
that movie.
the last Stanley Kubrick scene has to be the meat market.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
for sure.
that's the
Which
change
is
of the movie. Yeah.
That's a great scene too.
Right, and then the rest
then
of
it
the movie
becomes-
happens.
Well, I don't understand why they would have picked Spielberg for that. That was a rough choice. It's an interesting choice for that because it's like
I mean, you don't
they're
listen.
not even really the same type of director at all.
Well, there
Like, I
weren't
wouldn't even put you guys in
exactly
the same
there
category.
weren't exactly a lot of directors that you could put in Stanley Kubrick's shoes at the time.
I mean, Ridley Scott was still around.
Coppola.
I honestly don't think either of them would have pulled it off.
Yeah, well, what they should have done is hired like 4 and had them team up like a super force.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, that one's. I think I'm done with that one. But it's not the worst. But it's like a movie that is like, okay, this is cool, and then the character development ends, or you know where the character development should be ending. It's just kind of the characters don't get fully developed.
Go
and then
back
you're
to
just
the first
watching a
one.
bunch of boring talking
I mean,
heads.
maybe
No.
Guy Ritchie for the same sort of visual look.
Okay.
Could be interesting.
I don't know that he can pull off the concepts, but at least visually it would be homogenous.
That's true.
Who was the director of Layer Cake?
I don't know, but that probably would work too.
No, yeah, layer cake.
That was because he was the producer of a bunch of. He was the producer for Guy Ritchie for a long time,
Yeah.
and you can see the moment where he stops being his producer because all of Guy Ritchie's movies start to suck.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
I remember when he made that one with Madonna, and I was like, that's a good example. The one with Madonna. You know, where the fuck is this going? You know what I mean?
Matthew Vaughn.
Matthew Vaughn. I don't know. I mean, it is tough shoes to fill. They're definitely glad they didn't give us George Lucas.
Is that the guy who
God.
does?
Why would you even put that in the universe?
Is it the guy who does Kingsman? Matthew Vaughn?
I think it might be.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. Kingsman does have a Guy Ritchie flair to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did Sexy Beast?
Oh, I don't know who did that, but let me look that. But that is one of the absolute best movies ever made.
Yeah, but think about the visual appeal and the pacing and like sort of the grunge of it. Like that could have worked.
That probably would have filled in good for AI.
Yeah, I think so, because it would have kept that grittiness going through the rest of the movie. Because the whole point of it was supposed to be that it's like this AI is in this terrifying world, but then it just becomes like.
Or whoever did Seven.
Oh, David Fincher.
That's David Fincher.
Yeah.
Actually, David Fincher would have been a good choice.
That would have been
He
a
could have pulled that
totally
off.
different movie.
Right?
Hey, the kid's got an AI head in the box. Like, what's in the box? What's in the box?
I mean, we're leaving a human meat market. I feel like Fincher might have been appropriate.
Oh yeah, I would say that's accurate, especially because he has that. I don't know if he still. I think he might have died, but Jeff Cronenweth, the guy who was his director of photography for Seven and Fight Club and all of his good movies. Mm-hmm. Then he made that mistake of making that terrible fucking movie, Escape, or no, what was it called? The one with fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. It was just so bad.
I'm fairly certain I did not see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it was. I was actually the projection manager for a theater in Hollywood at the time, and David Fincher came up into the booth while I was there before the movie started on the first day of opening at like the 7 o'clock set, and he just walked up in the booth.
Like,
I didn't
please
know
don't
this-
play
I-
this.
like, he was like, oh, Panic Room. That's the name of it. So he walked into the
Panic Room.
Yeah, he walks into the booth, and he's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hello, sir," and he's like, "I'm David Fincher," and I was like, "Yes, I'm very aware.
Clearly.
You're one of my favorite directors," and he's like, "Okay, so that means you won't mind if I go ahead and adjust the sound and the lighting and do everything that I want to do on the projector, and then you're not going to get in trouble?" And I was like, I couldn't give a fuck if I get in trouble. just go ahead and fucking do it, man. And so he goes through and he's like tweaking. He's like moving the xenon bulb back and forth. He's like adjusting the reflector. He was there a good like 30 minutes early, changing all the sound on all. Like he just changed everything. And he was really nice. He had a piece of chalk and he put little marks where everything was before. He was like, you can just put it back after that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how? I was like, shouldn't I just leave it like that? And he's like, oh no. It won't sound good with other movies, but with this movie, it'll be perfect. And so I got to watch it probably in its best possible form. Still, it was horrible.
It was still not good.
Yeah, but yeah, Fincher would have worked. That would have been fucking that. God, what could have been? That would have been amazing. Fincher taking over after the meat market.
You guys remember Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you ever catch John McClane in the background of Pearl Harbor?
No.
no.
So after the when the nurses are all trying to figure out what happened, like after all the action sequences,
Yeah.
there's a part where the nurses are standing around and there's people being wheeled off behind them in different directions because they're all hurt and stuff and injured. And at one point, you just see John McClane stumbling across behind them. He's just like holding his arm. He's all cut up and he just walks by it and you go, That was John McClane. Wait a minute.
Dude, I love fucking South Park fucking Trey Parker and Matt Stone's take on Pearl Harbor sucks, but I love you. Pearl Harbor sucks, maybe just a little more than I love you. They just talk about how Ben Affleck's like the worst fucking actor. Ben Affleck's a funny one because he's in some really good shit. He really is in some good movies. But he also is just so bad at overacting.
His acting is just, it's always the same. You have to cast him as the same character in each one to act the same way.
I find that I think Ben Affleck does his best work with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially like is it Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when he's given the monologue about how, like, first then you do Jersey Girl, and then you have to do other scenes for your friend because he owes you one, and he just looks at the camera.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, dude.
But like anytime you see him show up in a Kevin Smith movie, you're just like, all right, that's pretty cool. Him to like take time off to go fucking do a Kevin Smith movie. I'm waiting for Dogma 2, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, you know what? There's another actor that used to be, and this is kind of interesting, really interesting in my opinion. Nicolas Cage. For a while, you could only cast him as Nicolas Cage, and then he lost $8 million in the housing crash. And if you look, he did like over 100 movies. He did anything that anybody would throw at him.
Yeah, you got a movie,
$10,000 script. Yeah, and he did like Willy's Wonderland and all these like fucking ridiculous, like awful films. Now he's on the other side, and I don't know. Did you guys see Renfield?
Yeah.
The vampire one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I was surprised. You still know it's Nick Cage, but he's pretty convincing as Dracula, man.
Well, yeah, but it's like at some point he finally just broke down and played Nick Cage.
Yes, 100%. Like he stopped trying to be serious.
Yeah.
And was just like, nah, I'm here. I need money. He League of Extraordinary Gentlemen did. I need to pay off these bills.
He's like one of the first Nepo babies in Hollywood.
True.
What's that mean?
Means his father was in the business. Or
got it.
his family was in the
Nicholas
business.
Coppola.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicholas Coppola.
Okay.
Yeah.
He decided to go and said he was like, I'm just going to call myself Nick Cage. I told you guys about the Church of Cage, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's just so funny, dude. When they sing they have the hymns and everything, and everybody has a little sheet, and they sing along to it, and they feed you a goldfish, and fucking had a thing of or a thing of wine, red wine.
What do you think?
And
So,
like,
do you think that when he just played himself, they snuck it by his agent and gave it straight to him, or his agent was like, "Listen, I've got a project for you. It's literally only for you."
Oh, that's tough.
I think it goes between. I think it bounces between. I think for that whole period when he was flat on his ass, I think his agent was like, "Look, man, nobody wants to work with you," and he was like, "Fuck it, then I'm just gonna do everything on my own. Like I'll take whatever project anybody throws at me." I think his agent probably wasn't very involved in that
His
process.
agent's like, "You need to be selective in this part of your career," and he's like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, exactly.
Or
I'll be
I could
selective
just
in this.
go do whatever the fuck I want.
Listen. Watch the mirror and the straw. I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly. The mirror, the straw, and the credit card.
Have you seen the Weight of Success or whatever the movie he's in?
Oh, it's actually really good.
Where he's actually playing Nicolas Cage.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
where
but
he just plays Nicolas Cage.
the when he goes to the room of all the props from other movies, and he just like goes through the narration of what they all are. Like he requotes The Rock. It's hilarious. You're like, this is great.
Should watch that.
Oh, it's really, really good, and it's got that. The other actor's really good too. I love that guy.
It's Pedro Pascal.
Paulo Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's fucking brilliant in it. And you really can't figure out what's going on until the very end. Like as far as is the guy good or bad? You know what I mean? It's like,
Do you think when they pitched The Rock, they were like, "Listen, we have a part for you. We don't think anyone's going to notice you're overacting."
No, because he had already done Face Off, so it was fine.
No. That's what I'm saying. They're like, it's possible we're going to put you opposite someone who can overact your overacting.
He was probably like, I don't think you can. That's not possible. Then he showed up the first day and was like, holy shit, that's Sean Connery. This is a James Bond film. What the fuck?
yeah. Oh man.
Like,
That's
I
pretty fucking
apologize.
funny.
I was wrong.
You know the thing that always surprises me about The Rock that I always forget? Is the guy who plays Leo is in there as the FBI director.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
That's Leo.
It's Leo wearing a suit. Every movie he's in, that's all he does. He's FBI, a police. He's in a suit. I'm like,
I feel
he
like
owns
all right,
that role.
that scene in The West Wing where the president's like, I've noticed on Fridays, some people dress a little casual. They might wear a sweater. He's like, I am dressed casual. Didn't you see I'm not wearing a tie?
Yeah.
I feel like that scene was very meta. Like that was an inside
yeah,
joke.
that's clearly a joke. Like, all you do is wear a suit. Like, come on.
And then again, in the campaign where they talk about his suits, and after he died, I feel like they were really talking about him personally.
100%. They were 100% just poking
I
at
feel
him.
like he probably showed up to set
in a suit. 100%. I don't think. Yeah, I think that was just his suit.
Yeah.
Like, wardrobe was like, no, he's good.
He's just gonna wear a suit.
He brought his own.
They're like, no, he actually owns Saddle Row. He'll be fine.
yeah, it's cool. It's fine. That looks like a cheap government suit. He's fine. It's
Like that one scene in the campaign where they suggest a shirt color. That might be the first time he actually had to do wardrobe.
He's like, I don't know that. I'm gonna need to borrow one of those.
He was not happy about it either.
He's like, this is uncomfortable for me.
Cameron's lost. He's like, I don't know this shit.
Nah, he just got back. He went
All right, so I've
meandered
got-
off.
I got the last one. So
Oh, the
and then
final
it's,
contestant.
yeah, the final contestant. There wasn't actually much to choose from at the store, unfortunately.
Is there a lot of
but yeah.
soda in Cambodia? I mean, I don't feel like anything you've had. The second one was soda. I think that was the only one so far.
Yeah, technically, you've
Yeah.
only had one soda-ish drink.
But go back to the first.
Yeah.
The other one. I could swear the other one had Baileys in it.
Go back to the first.
They're like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna carbonate a brine,
It got
and we're
better.
gonna call it soda.
Oh God.
Ooh, they probably could do pork soda.
Yeah, what's that Jones Soda Company that make the Thanksgiving dinner? It's like
Don't know.
mashed potatoes, turkey, gravy, cranberry sauce.
All in a sodas.
Yeah, it's all in
I
soda.
have no idea.
There's a section at Rocket Fizz that you go to
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just go,
That's gross.
who makes that? Like,
I've been there like
why,
once or twice.
Why would I want to drink grass? I don't understand.
I see the same one for corn, and I'm
Yeah,
like, why do I want to
corn,
drink corn if
sweet
I could just
corn,
have it in booze?
dill pickle.
And fucking Christian just asked, so how many people this evening are having cinnamon toast crunch bacon? And I just went, oh my
None of-
God, that's the most,
None of us.
American thing
Christian,
I've ever heard of.
you fucking know it.
My girlfriend would be
Haven't
like,
found it yet.
crikey. The Australian would be like, oh my God, it's the most American thing I've ever heard of. All right, so this is the last one.
Looks like grape soda.
Yeah, it is. So it's eyes again. And it's a grape soda. I'll try to get this one right this time.
Nope, not there yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Almost.
Turn it.
Turn.
can't
Quarter
see grape.
more.
Turn it to your right.
Am I right? Okay.
Yep, quarter more. Man,
Little-
you're so bad at
a little
this. You're
bit
even
more.
looking at it and you're
Well, there's a
struggling.
10-second delay too, so we're not. Right there. Hold it there. Don't move it. There.
Eyes grape.
Eyes. Great.
Yeah.
That's almost
grape.
like a very terrible contraction of I is. Eyes grape.
Eyes great,
bitch.
fool. Eyes great, fam.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Because I'm actually drinking this in honor of our good friend Patrick.
As be drinking great.
Oh, I saw Patrick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you saw him. That's right.
I stopped him. I hollered at him. It
Oh,
was-
this time?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's good.
That's good.
Riding his little e-bike motorcycle thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hanging out on the beach.
All right, let's see. Let's see where this is going.
Go back to the first one. Come on.
Mix the two together.
This one's gonna be phenomenal. This shouldn't have been last. This should have been first.
What, grape?
It's a great drink. Grape drink always
Who
tastes
doesn't
good.
like grape?
Right?
It is actually pretty fucking good.
It's grape soda.
Now
It
mix some.
reminds me of. This reminds me. No, Kevin. This reminds me of the. This reminds me of
Was-
the old Safeway Select.
Okay.
Yeah. In the grape.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, their grapefruit was the best.
Turns
I
out
can't
that's a
find
Safeway
any grapefruit
product.
anything. Yeah, maybe it is.
Little did you know. They licensed the recipe.
For
If,
sure.
this,
For
if
real?
they did this in Four
No.
Loco, I think that
I was like, what, really?
if they did this in Four Loco, I think that Patrick would be all over it.
Dude, that guy in Four Locos, like, how much did he buy when he found out they were not going to be made anymore?
He used to call me in the middle of the night. I'd be like, in the middle of the night for him, which was like the middle of the day for me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Bowman. I'd be like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know, I'm like Four Locos deep, but I want to hear this guitar solo. And I'm like, cool. So, and then he just gets on the guitar and just slams it. It's just like amazing. He's like so good.
I know he was working on an animated movie at one point.
Dude, did he ever tell you about he had this movie where it was all RC boats and he trained rats how to be inside of them. And the rats were the heroes of the story. And it was all about this rat boat racing.
I feel like
circuit.
Stuart Little beat that.
It's too bad that he wants to remain anonymous in the world, because that guy could be a YouTube millionaire.
Oh yeah.
Easy, bro.
Yeah,
it's
like
Dude,
he
I mean,
never
he-
needs to really work again.
So here was the thing. I fucking actually saw the footage that he shot of these rats racing in Pyramid Lake, and I was like, how in the it's like you can't beat that with CGI, dude. And he's got like full on flatboat speed, and he's got like he's driving two of them at the same time, and they're like going head to head. The rats are just like they're in there just looking like they're enjoying life, Ridiculous, dude. And he actually he shot the whole thing, and he just never edited it.
Just have him fucking send it to Briscoe.
You should just reconnect with him and do that.
Practical effects are always
he's
cooler
like-
than CGI. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can train a fucking rat to actually race an RC boat, that's a pretty high level skill. He should have worked in Hollywood doing that shit. Stuart Little would have been fucking perfect with him.
Dude, I'm telling you, that guy could make millions of dollars. TikTok, YouTube, pick your platform. Doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah.
Oh, TikTok he would blow up on because they'd be like, oh, a black man. Oh, that was such a big dick.
Oh. Wow.
I got
Wow.
nothing there.
Disappointed late face.
Wow.
The grape sodas, yeah. I think that's the best of the bunch. I think grape soda takes the cake, and I think quite obviously the first
I
one.
think
which
you
I'm
need
not
to try
gonna
the
drink
first one again.
Kevin.
You need to try it again. I think you're giving it,
Maybe it's
fucking way.
gotten better now that it's
Go-
warm.
Go get whatever hot sauce you've got and dump it into the first one.
I don't have any here. If I was at my house, I have like 25 different hot sauces. Dude, Adele bought me these hot sauces. One of them is from Australia, and it's like a really good smoky fermented hot sauce. I was extremely surprised. Fermented black garlic. I didn't know Australians ate hot sauce. I thought they liked everything bland and fucking boring.
Some of them like hot sauce. Some of them find it extremely spicy.
Yeah. She can put a little spice on, but she can't handle anything. Like when I made hot sauce in Thailand, man, I made one batch that was like probably upwards of like 800 Scovilles.
Need to give her some insanity sauce. Not say anything.
Yeah.
Ultimate
Well,
insanity.
I'm not gonna lie. When we were in when we were in America, I was trying to find anything by a fucking pucker butt, and I was just gonna buy it and not tell her, and just like throw in like, and be like make her some breakfast while she's sleeping, and bacon and eggs, and then just put it on there, and she doesn't just have her. I wish I could fire her. I was also looking for a da bomb, just see what
Oh
happens.
no,
to her.
not the bomb.
I made some chili and threw that in there for the spice.
Isn't there a store
How'd it
around
go?
here that sells like all the hot sauces?
I don't know around here.
I'm pretty sure there's one around here.
It probably is.
I think it's Rocket Fizz.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Rocket Fizz, you can get all the cool stuff.
Because I remember going out to the Alien place on 95 and picking up hot sauce from there because they always had a bunch of different ones.
You know the sleeper one for a long time was Old 395 across the street from the chocolate factory.
Oh, yeah.
That used to be a 76 station. And for whatever reason, they used to have like a wall of hot sauce. And you could just go in there and get like all the cool hot sauces. It was amazing. I was like, this is great. And they shut down the fucking gas station.
I know if you came up, you can get any of the Dave sauces from Rayleigh's.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys, so because I haven't been to Tahoe in oh god, I don't even know how long since I was there for real quick to come and have a fucking shit hot fight with Lane in the cigar shop.
It
that
wasn't
was,
that
the last.
bad.
No, you didn't get kicked out, did you? I got kicked out.
My brother, when I was driving back, he was like, it looked like he seriously looked like it was his parents fighting or his uncle and his,
I
and his
know.
dad fighting, and he was just like, man, well, you could have been a lot nicer in there, I think. And I was like, well, I mean, he's Lane. And he's like, yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. And then he was like, I'm sorry that I told you it'd be a good idea to try and take over the nightclubs. I didn't realize it was going to go like that. And I was like, oh, I did. I knew what I was
Hey,
in
for the record, if it was in my power to give you the nightclubs to run, I would have.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
That wasn't the
Yeah, I
point
didn't-
of contention.
Yeah, it was just that I didn't know the background. And I was like demanding. So I understand why now. But yeah, it was
The
pretty funny.
catastrophe that is this property.
Yep.
Yeah, God.
That's not
I mean,
fair
it'd
to
be hard-
actual catastrophes.
That's-
Thank you.
Lane's turned around pretty insane projects. Slow Brew was pretty fucking I remember living in Slow and people telling me the stories about pre-Lane Slow Brew. And it was so disgusting. I was like,
Oh, dude,
They were
at the new place, I'm putting on. They haven't had it in the market on draft forever. They haven't even had it in the market in Sacramento on draft forever. But I needed like an amber-ish beer, and I go, let's just put on DBA. Let's put on Firestone.
yeah.
And they're like,
wow.
okay. The bartender's like, cool. Didn't think anything else of it. It's just a beer we're putting on draft. And today I got a call from Firestone. So I didn't know that when I look at the phone, and I said, and I quote, because I was being, facetious. I go, who's calling me from El Paso de Robles? And so I answer it. The dude's like, yeah, this is so-and-so from Firestone. I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, yeah, so you want to put DBA on tap? I was like, yeah. He goes, we haven't had a beer on tap anywhere in your market for years, and especially not that beer. I was like, okay, is it a problem? He goes, no. He goes, are you you sure? Like, do you know what it is? I'm like, yeah, we're good. He goes, well, I want to, my boss has questions. Is it okay if I come in tomorrow and talk to you? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I go, but it'll be there for the summer. He's like, are you all summer? Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm positive. It's got a spot all summer. It's taken care of. He goes, well, do we need to do anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, it's sort of a sentimental thing for me. You're fine. And he goes, sentimental how? And I go, well, I worked with Matt 100 million years ago before he was with Firestone. And the guy goes, like it's Slow Brew? Like the one on Garden?
Yeah.
And I went, yeah. Old 2-story building, looks like it was falling down. Mm-hmm. He goes, what did you do there? I go, I was the general manager. He goes, wait. And then he names the timeline. And I go, yeah, that was when I was running it.
You're the guy with the truckload of fucking cigarettes.
He's all, I grew up in Templeton, man. I hung out at that bar. I'm like, that's rad. I'm like, so yeah, you guys are don't worry about it.
When are you supposed to meet him?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Actually, Firestone is one of the few places I took Adele to. I took her to the brewery on the way up because we were on our way to San Francisco.
Yeah?
And yeah, she actually liked it. I was surprised.
It still holds a pretty secure place, sentimentally, for me.
Yeah, I like the Union Jack myself.
Yeah, I
always
still
drank
think the
that.
Union Jack is one of the best regular IPAs out there.
Yeah, it's very drinkable.
Yeah.
And it's a double IPA, isn't it? And
It's a regular. It's a straight IPA.
oh, I thought it was a double.
They do a double
they
IPA.
have a double
They
version.
do a
Yeah.
double IPA Union Jack. It's got a buried name to it. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I remember, but yeah, I was kind of Adele. What my favorite part, the only part about that she did not hate about America was the beer, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Dude, one of the guys in here, his brother owns a brewery in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, our new host, his brother owns a brewery in Australia. I wish I remember what it was right now. I don't even know the name of it.
No idea.
Yeah, I mean, wonder where it would be. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was cool. They have a really good facility now. It's like fucking huge, and the only thing with the food was like super average. It was like extremely, extremely average.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't
Yeah.
know that they're known for the restaurant. And the brewery has
Yeah.
taken over like the whole block that it's on.
Oh, it's huge.
I mean,
bro.
when we
it's like
sold it to them, it was good size, but it wasn't that size. It's 10 times bigger than it was.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
they've blown up.
They have a whole section just for 805. Like
Oh, wow.
basically a whole independent brewery on campus just for 805.
I didn't realize that they were made by them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
805, like I'm convinced 805 is just the honey blonde from Slow Brew.
It probably is. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
Well, if it's the same head, master brewer, I guess it probably is.
Yeah, it is. And we used to, the honey blonde at Slow Brew was one of those beers like we couldn't make it fast enough. It wouldn't stay on tap.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I tasted the 805. I went, I know what this is, and it's gonna sell like crazy.
This is familiar.
And then I used it to crush a jackass marketing contract I was forced to sign with Miller Coors for Blue Moon. I put 805 next to it, and Blue Moon sales tanked, and they were like, I don't know what happened. I was like, I do.
Yeah, I mean, actually we have a brewery out here that's they're doing a vendor stand at my craft beer festival, and they've got it's called I forget what it's called, but it's a blonde ale, and this brewery is actually it's an American guy, and it's actually really impressive. Or sorry, not an American guy. What am I thinking? He's English, but it's actually he's got some impressive beers, and he really pushes the boundaries. He does some really weird beers, but there's one of the most popular things out here from all the breweries. There's only 2 real breweries out here. 3. There's Stonehead, Indochine, and Kingdom, and then Palm, so 4. And everybody seems to push for the mango IPA,
Yeah. Hey,
which
wait.
I don't really like.
I was having this conversation with the Firestone guy in the bar before we opened, right? And the bartender that was working, he's been in the business a long time, and he was talking about beers. He's like, man, I used to be so into beers. He goes, and Firestone had this beer I could never get my hands on. And I looked at him and I go, what was it? And he goes, everyone drank the Velvet Merlin. I'm like, you were looking for the Merkin. And he goes, yeah. He goes, have you ever had it? I go, I had literally like the first batch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, I think we had it together at that bar. What was the bar that had the little downstairs bar?
Creekside. Creekside Brewery, where Dustin worked.
Yeah.
That was where I got to watch Dustin beat the shit out of that one guy. But anyway, go ahead.
That was the end of the story. I just remember sitting at that bar. He's like, dude, we got this new beer. You won't believe the name. And it was the Merkin.
Yeah.
Barking.
Yeah, he was like, it's a fucking pubic wig. Dustin was really funny. I just remember the night I'm hanging out with him, and he gets this phone call from one of his friends that had just seen. We were like hanging out. I just got off work, and I think we weren't at Marty's. We were up the street somewhere else that we don't usually go, and because he didn't really, he liked going to Marty's, but he gets this phone call, and his face just drops, and I'm like, what's going on? He was like, bro, I just found out my wife's cheating on me, and she's with the guy at the bar
remember that. Yeah,
at Marty's right now. And so we were at Creekside. That's where we were at. So and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking go whoop this guy's ass. And I was like, all right. And he was like, will you come with me just in case there's some people? And I was like, yeah, dude, for sure, I got it. At the time I was training really hard and stuff, so I was just like, whatever. So I go up, and I kind of didn't expect it to happen this fast, but he just goes in, right? And Preston's on the door, and Preston knows what's going on already. You can just see Preston's one of those door guys that's like, well, you've got it coming to you.
Yeah.
Just gonna let it happen.
There's a price that must be paid.
Yep. And then Preston just lets Dustin's in there for all of about 30 seconds. And I see this guy come flying out the fucking front door, and right outside of the front door is a tree, like a big ass like oak tree. It must have been there for 110 years. And this guy just hits with his shoulder and then just spins like a fucking carousel, hits the ground. Dustin's coming marching at him like the fucking Terminator, not even running. And the guy's like, ah, and he's like trying to run. He's running across the street, and then Dustin just bolts. As soon as Dustin decides to bolt, this guy's like looking over his shoulder, and Dustin just does a double leg takedown suplex from the back. And just like picks this dude up and just slams him on the fucking ground, turns him around and starts just punching him in the face, right? And then these guys come up that are like his buddies, and I just turn around and I'm like, all right, you ready? And they're like, well, what? I'm like, dude, don't touch this. This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck out of it, because if you don't, you're gonna get hurt. Trust me. We'll all go to the hospital, everybody. And they were like, fuck, and I was like, stay back. And then Dustin turned around and he thought I was one of them. Because he was in a rage, dude. And so he just takes off running. He just gets up and leaves this guy laying sprawled out like spitting blood out of his mouth in the middle of the street, fucking slow, dude. And he goes running across the street. I'm chasing him. He ducks into Creekside, and as I'm going down the stairs, he turns around and goes to cold cock me, and he was like, where were you? And I was like, I was standing right behind you. He was like, fuck, I thought you were one of them. And I was like, I thought you ditched me. And I was like, no, dude. And he was like, fuck, I should have fucked him up worse. Let's go back out there. And I was like, he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone, bro. Like, there's no way he's still there.
Dude.
And dude, that town was ruthless.
The best part about Dustin, so Dustin was Dustin, short, stocky guy, obviously trained a bunch, like talented, right? But Dustin, outside of like a very serious human being, at times, the rest of the time when he was drunk, he was like a high school girl. Like,
oh, he was so funny, dude.
Dude,
Like,
it was hilarious. Like, like one of the nicest guys. Like Dustin was the dude. Fucking, there's a group of guys all fight like walking down Bubblegum Alley, and Dustin's back behind Gan, like massive Gan, and he just gets this look on his face. And just bolts down the alley, and throws Gan into the side, starts cackling like a girl, and just runs down the end. And Gan's completely lost because he's not going to do anything to Dustin. Like, he doesn't know whether to be just fucking pissed. Like,
should I fight or puke? Can't believe I touched
no, it's
the
just
wall.
funny because it's like Gan could just pick up. Dustin's like 5'7". Gan could just pick him up like the Undertaker with one arm and just choke slam him.
oh, yeah, and literally do almost whatever he wanted to. He was just so big, and he was also extremely talented. But it's Dustin. He's like, and Dustin's just looking at him like giggling. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Dude, that town was, especially at the time when we were there. I wasn't there the first time you were there, but the time when we were there was just like, it was fucking Wild West, dude. Anything could happen on any given night.
Dude, it was the Wild West when I was there the first time. It was almost identical first time to second time. The only difference the first time is that I was still in school, so I was trying to be serious some part of the day. But Slow Brew was a world unto itself.
Yeah.
I mean, so were all.
Yeah, there was these.
They're all
they were like. Yeah, I mean they were like these little mini they were like microcosms. Each bar had its own like ecosystem completely too. It's like its own little biodome.
Yeah, but we were the reprieve for all of them. Like, they all came because we took care of all of them. They were like, what do we do with people from other bars? I'm like, well, like, they closed early and came over, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, take care of them.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to bring 40 or 50 people with them.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to make money.
Dude, Slow Brew, at the time, Slow Brew was making money for the amount that we were charging for drinks that was unreal. Like, that bar was busy all the time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I'd never in my life thought I was going to go to college. So, and then weirdly enough, when I was there, it was basically like I was in college.
Yeah.
Except for I was the person that did all the party part for everyone. You know, it was like, so I didn't have to do any of the work. I just got to be the one that was like behind most of the parties and events and shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was a point, like my last year at Poly, I would walk into classes like you end up taking classes that aren't like you're basically done with your major, so you're just taking whatever.
Yeah.
Right. You're just getting to graduation.
Yeah.
And Poly had this like upper level general education in breadth, so you end up having to take like 300 and 400 level classes in other departments anyway.
Okay.
And I would walk into classes completely unrelated to my department, didn't know a soul, and everyone immediately like I would walk in, they'd be like, "Hey, you're the guy from Slow Brew." Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I am.
That's how you're down, the slow brew guy.
Yeah.
Dude, that was college for me.
Yo.
Was so much fun.
Yo, that's Dalton.
Yeah. We had such a blast. People like, well, and I like later down the road, you had to tell us like you have to tell the story of the business, right? Because we went from doing, like they hadn't had a year where they made more than I think 680,000 was their biggest year ever, and when I took over and basically like when it wasn't me, like I was general manager, but it was basically just the staff. Like we were a team. When we took it over, like the 30 of us, and they let us do like they basically left us to our own devices. We were immediately doing like 3-4, 3-5 a year.
Jesus.
And down the road, like people running businesses like casinos or other restaurants, you know, and you're interviewing for jobs, they're like, "Well, how did you do it?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, "Well, did you have like, was it like experienced guys that you leaned on?" I'm like, "The oldest person working for me was 24." And they're like, "Well, how old were you?" I'm like, "I was 22." I was actually 21 when I took the GM position, which still doesn't make sense to me.
No.
But we basically just had more fun than everybody else, and everyone else, like the whole town was like, "Cool, let's go do that."
Perfect.
Yeah.
Set the bar.
I'm still surprised that that bar didn't collapse with everything that you guys were doing in there.
Dude, the day like I was down. I've told you this story, Cameron. I was on the bottom floor because it was 2 stories, right? And this building is legitimately like 150 years old. Unreinforced masonry, the jankiest reinforcements on the side of the building you've ever seen. The mortar in the brick is ancient, like it's crumbling, literally crumbling. Like you could scrape it off with your finger. And so I'm on the downstairs, and we were so far over capacity, it was stupid. I probably had almost 2,000 people in there, and the capacity of the entire building was 637, I think. And so, like, I was sort of up. I was on the edge of the dance floor, which is kind of dead center of the building. And I'm standing with a couple of the other door guys, my head of security, and a couple other guys. And something hits me. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought someone had thrown something at me at first. And then, like, some powder comes down. And I was like, oh. And I look up, and we had a DJ up. So we did live bands downstairs and DJs upstairs. We had a DJ upstairs. And you could see the floor flexing to the beat of the DJ upstairs. Like, oh, like, we all sort of slowly backed up to the edge of the building. And I went to the door guy in the front. I was like, hey, we need to let, I don't know, maybe, like, 150 people out upstairs before we let anyone back up. And he's like, really? Do you think? I'm like, yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you don't want your restaurant on the front of the page.
I mean, we legitimately, so like there had been an earthquake in Paso Robles where a similar building had just crumbled in on itself, right? So we had like, after that happened, we all had like our escape routes from different places in the building, like what window we were jumping out of to hope to like hit a car and like soften the landing. It was bad. Cameron, are you
Why is your microphone so
are you
close to
doing
your
a
mouth?
Darth Vader impersonation?
Yeah,
What's
what's
happening?
going on there?
Like surprisingly, it's not that close. He's just breathing really heavily, like he ate a fucking baconator.
A baconator.
Cameron gave himself the meat sweats.
The diabetes is kicking in.
Yeah, hopefully not. But yeah, just a second. I gotta check this.
He's doing
We're gonna
work.
take it off you
Work,
then.
yeah.
Work. He's doing work.
No, it has to do with my mom.
Oh shit, you all right, man?
I don't know. I've got like 10 messages from people from my family, so I'm guessing that's probably not.
No, that's probably not good.
That's not good.
Probably not.
You need to take
Yeah.
off, man.
I'm not sure. I want to see what it says,
Okay.
but so just carry on as if I'm not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
All right. Have
So-
you got? Go ahead.
No, have at it, bud.
I was gonna ask if you guys have heard of the Cigar Smoking World Championship.
No.
So
Is this a thing?
it is.
Like guinea pig racing?
I wish. No, so in 2010 they created the Cigar Smoking World Championship, and the creator was Cigar Club Marlik or something like that. The primary thing is to smoke the cigar the slowest as possible without it letting it go out,
Okay.
or get into the first of the band. So they have this this competition every year. In 20
Yeah, guys, it looks like I'm gonna have to dip out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Yep, bye. Hope everything's fine.
Right.
So, like I said, in 2024, Oliva had a cigar input in there, and they managed to make a contract with the club. So now they've created a cigar called the Mareva, Mareve.
Sounds like the unenjoyment world championship. if I'm
Right.
being
It's
honest.
kind of like the first part of it. You're not supposed to talk during. Apparently, there's no talking.
Yeah, so it's like here, you're gonna smoke a cigar. It's a contest. You're gonna smoke a cigar though,
Yeah.
but you need to enjoy it as little as possible.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Seriously. Like who does that?
Yeah.
Like here's all the things you love about cigar smoking. We're going to get rid of it.
That's right. You can't talk. There.
What do you know by chance what the longest it took someone to smoke?
I do not. I have to look that up.
Okay,
I didn't get a chance to see that.
I'm curious how long it would take for you to be so bored.
Well, they had that similar competition, if I remember right, with smoking pipe tobacco, and like you had to smoke it really slow without it going out.
Well,
You remember that, right?
Yeah, but that one seems like that's what pipe tobacco guys do. Cigar smoking is not that. Cigar smoking is enjoyable.
It's supposed to be enjoyable.
Like it's a social thing. Like I mean, we couldn't compete. We smoked way too fast. But Jesus,
Oh, yeah.
just sitting there like no talking, smoke it as slow as possible till the end. Of
And
time.
like, there's different rules to it. Like, there's penalties for if your ash drops off or any of that.
oh, so you can ash.
Yeah, you can't ash.
Oh, you're supposed. Yeah, see, the one I'm used to is the longest ash,
Yeah.
which is fun. Usually, it's like how long can you get it to like be all crooked and shit, and you're trying to like hold
Have
it
it
up
up.
here and not eat all the smoke. You know, yeah.
And then the ash falls in
yeah,
your face.
You're
You're like,
oh no, ash. Why?
because we've tried that here once or
Yeah,
twice.
sadness.
Every time. But Oliva's made a cigar for them, and it'll be at their next event. Like I said, it's the Oliva's Mirkeva or something like that.
All right.
And
Spell that for me.
Mareva, Mariva,
Marieva.
EVA,
Mariva.
Mariva.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm reading my own handwriting at this point a
Oh,
little
so it's
bit.
probably
So
not spelled
yeah.
right anyway.
No, it's spelled right because I was reading everything and I was taking notes. I put a little bit of effort into this.
Mm.
I need to look into it a little bit more and talk into it a little bit more. But I like the fact that Oliva's actually got a cigar that they created for it. It's a Corona size, 5 1/8 by 42.
God, how long could you make?
We
a
should
Corona
definitely.
last?
No. Kevin's gonna be a contender. He'll train on the podcast.
We can't.
We
Do you know-
we can clock him.
Do you know how fast I smoke?
Yeah, you're
There's
gonna have
no
to figure
way.
that shit out, man.
The man is an elite athlete, and you want to reverse his whole existence?
Yeah, listen.
You want me to
he's
suffer?
He's a sprinter. Now he's a marathon runner.
Oh man, that's rough. I mean, I don't even know how. Like, how would you, like little baby puffs? Like what?
Right? Like you're sitting there just puffing on it very slowly, just a little. Hoping you get a little bit of smoke out of there.
By the time he's done, we're gonna have to have like a 6-hour podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He has not finished one yet.
10 hours later.
Yeah.
One eternity later.
Just the SpongeBob little things popping up.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Whiskeys.
I like the first one.
So here's
Yeah,
what I want.
The first one's
So
fantastic.
the first one is a $100 bottle SRP, give or take,
Okay.
90 to 110 ish.
I pay 150.
That's not okay. Cool, but that's not the question.
Hold on, listen to the parameters.
Hey,
Jesus.
listen,
The
I'm-
third one is $65 ish.
For the Jack, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they go for about 65, $66.
Okay.
So what would you pay for the one in the middle?
$20.
Really?
The one in the middle.
No,
I actually like that one more than the end.
the
Than the
one,
Jack?
the one in the
It's
middle.
brighter for sure.
Yeah.
I
The
feel
rye
like
pops a lot more. But I like the Jack.
I
The
feel like
Jack is almost
the-
a boo rye.
The Jack is always good, but I don't know why that middle one just pops more.
there's something about the middle one. I feel like we've drank a lot of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like maybe it's just the flavor profile. I feel like we've drank a lot of.
I
the
mean,
middle
it's high
one.
proof. It could be like a Knob Creek rye.
Maybe it might be the
Yeah,
nominee.
I have a hard time remembering what ryes we have in here.
Yeah, that's also fair.
I don't know what we have that's higher proof.
Because what the non
we
creeks
already-
in the hundreds.
Did we have Kevin's already?
120.
120? Yeah. Was there still a smoke wagon rye in there somewhere?
I know
We don't have a
there's
smoke wagon.
Okay.
there's a couple rare character ryes in there. I know that, and then
I feel like they're charging more than I would pay in a comparison.
I-
I think I would pay $45, $50.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's still very quality whiskey,
It is quality. I feel like we've drank a lot of it.
but both of the flavor profiles around it are better.
yeah.
we probably paid 119, 129 for it.
You think it's the right character?
I kind of have a feeling that it might be.
Because it might. I mean, we have drank a lot of red character.
Well, pull it out. Let's find out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I
What is
don't think it. We have one Jack left in there. I don't think it's that. It's
No, I don't
not
think
dark
so.
enough on the front end.
it? It doesn't have that note.
If it is, it's a pretty unique barrel.
Okay. When I had it the second time at my house, I didn't like it, but I didn't really smoke a cigar with it. This is the Prideful Goat.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Prideful Goat, straight rye, 8-year
The
cast
8-year.
strength,
Okay.
122.10.
Okay.
It's good
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's overpriced.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I think it should be about a $50 bottle.
What did I pay for this? I think I
I
paid.
think it was $79.
Yeah, I think that's where.
It's not completely out of line.
No,
No.
it's not.
But I would rather drink, if I'm being honest, I would rather drink that Sagamore 8-year than the Prideful Goat 8-year.
that
Okay,
that
yeah.
Rayleigh's Sagamore.
No, the Sagamore 8-year that I bought.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Although the Rayleigh Sagamore was really good too.
Yeah.
But I would drink those two ryes probably first.
But I think they're pretty. I think they're both. I think that Sagamore 8-year, they hadn't been doing their own. Their distillery hadn't been running long enough. I think they were both MGP, and I think the Sagamore 8-year is better.
But that
I think it's because the rye is even bigger in that Sagamore.
is
Okay.
that okay.
It's more brighter and stands out a little bit more
Yeah.
comparatively. I will say I like the first one more
The
though.
first one is really good.
The first
It's
one's a
delicious.
banger.
I
First
left
one.
it to
People-
the end so I could finish it.
People badmouth that, and I wonder if it's just because they paid $250 for it. Like that's easily a $100 bottle of rye.
100 I'm okay with. 2 would be
150 is pushing it for me, but I would pay that for this.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a bunch of bottles that cost 150 that are rye, that if that was sitting next to, I would buy that instead.
yes.
For sure. Mm-mm-mm.
We didn't do the cigars or your article.
I know we didn't get
We're
to my
almost to
article.
the end.
Well, I
I
mean,
know. Well, Kevin started on the cigars, so that was
I haven't. I want to find out what's going on with Cameron.
well, this is the cigar that I was talking about. It looks nice. It's a pretty cigar.
Oh, yeah. Look
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
it's
It is
sexy
so
all the way
nice.
around.
Wow,
right?
That's an Oliva right there. Are you sure that's a Camera or a Corona?
It's a Corona size, and
Okay.
it's Nicaraguan, but
Well,
they
you
don't
gotta-
give out any of the filler or any of that. They
You
give
gotta
no
remember,
details.
Almost all Oliva is slightly bigger in the size name.
True, because they usually do doubles.
Yeah.
Like their Robusto is technically a double Robusto, so
Yeah.
that's fair. It looks
Yeah.
pretty though.
Yeah, it's a
That's-
good looking cigar.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
all Nicaraguan, but they don't give you
The middle.
the blend.
They don't give you any of the blend. They're keeping that secret until they actually push it out to market.
Is that the Moreva?
Yeah,
Wow.
it says it right there. The
Oh yeah, cigar smoking world championship.
yeah,
Look at that.
I mean, I would like to try that cigar, but I'm gonna leave a.
yeah.
guy.
I mean, Leva is kind
Oliva's
of
been a great
go-to
cigar.
for a lot.
Mm-hmm. So I still like that Melanio. If it smoked longer, would be an all the time cigar for me. I just don't like how quickly it smokes.
Like the regular Melanio.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it burns quick,
Yeah.
and I don't know why.
It's like an 18-minute cigar, and it's a Robusto.
yeah.
So this next one looks kind of plain to me a little bit.
Okay.
It's coming out from the General Cigar Company. Macanudo's doing it, and it's their emissary cigar. So it's supposed to include a bunch of different European tobaccos, and they're going to do a different line each year. Last year they did the Espinana.
That's a Macanudo.
That's the
Why
Gurkha.
does it say Gurkha on it?
Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
Yeah.
That one. It has 4 sizes. Perfecto size.
Look at
Has
that.
yeah, I know I'm bad at this.
I mean, dude, whoever took that photo, that's oily and
oh yeah,
Shiny.
yeah.
it's almost like you took the photo.
It's got
You know, I have I don't badmouth Mac like I badmouth Gurkha. But I definitely have badmouthed some Macs over the years, but they've come out with some bangers.
yeah, they do some good work.
The Inspirato Green is very good.
Inspirando is good. I mean, really, we all know the one Macanudo they need to bring back.
Yeah.
100%.
So this new one, the one that's on the screen,
Mhm.
is the French version that's coming out this year.
Really?
It's supposed to come out, I think, in June, if I remember
Is
right.
it only in France?
No, they're going to push it out. It's one of their special lines, and like I said,
Is
Is it LE or is it year round?
I think it's going to be LE more than year round because they're going to change it every year.
okay,
Okay.
so it's one a
So
year.
yeah, so this is the French one coming out of. I can't even say
I
this.
don't
Spirit
hate
X.
the band on that.
I'm not upset.
Right?
Is it French tobacco?
Look at the box. It is French tobacco. Like one of the fillers is from
Oh.
Bordeaux,
Bordeaux.
France. So that's one of the fillers.
I'm amazed that someone gave up vineyard land to grow tobacco in Bordeaux, if I'm being honest.
They have a 10-year American broadleaf in there, a Brazilian
Oh,
Aprica.
They're doing the Saka thing.
Oh.
Yeah, and the 10-year Dominican Piloto in there as well,
I want to smoke that.
right?
Yeah, we might have to track down a box.
So
of
the
those.
10-year American broadleaf is supposed to be their wrapper, the binder, the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, and then
Ooh.
yeah,
Yep.
Oh,
it
yeah.
sounds so good and
Alright.
it looks good. Like
I, like, over the years have become a huge fan
Of the-
of Ecuadorian wrappers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That we're gonna have to track a box.
so,
of
so
that.
it's supposed to have nuttiness, earthiness, leather, dark chocolate with light floral notes to it. Is what
Yeah,
it's saying.
I'm in.
And on the cold draw, which is not lit, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be lemongrass, leather tack, cinnamon, peanut, white bread, sweet barnyard, and a slight honey
Wow.
taste to it. So it
Okay.
sounds delicious,
Yeah,
and it sounds like they're gonna do a hell of a good cigar for this year.
And do we know when it comes out?
I want to say this one's gonna be July.
Okay.
So hopefully we start seeing it around here, but I don't know how long it's gonna take to get
Like,
this
hey,
way.
Hey, Mac, you want to have your cigars in the shop for celebrity golf?
Yeah.
Because we can work that out
we
for
can
you.
make that happen.
Come on, let's make deals.
It's true. I mean, it's general, so I could call Tony.
You see
Yeah.
if he has it,
See
yeah.
what Tony's got.
But like it looks amazing. It sounds like it's gonna be amazing for the palate. Hopefully it holds up. The weird part is at the beginning it says generic notes.
Yeah, I mean it's a Macanudo.
Yeah.
So it's gonna taste probably like a Hampton Court. Yeah. it's-
Yeah, on
Fair.
like for the first
yeah, like
3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, the first like half an inch is probably just gonna be like this is a Hampton Court, and then
Yeah.
it's probably gonna explode.
On
Into-
this
into flavor.
note, we should probably end because
Our
your
camera
camera
died.
died.
Yeah, that's fair.
It did get a score of 87 though.
It's a low
Really?
score for that. I'm surprised.
Right?
I wonder if
I would
it-
expect that to be in the 90s, low 90s.
right?
For
Whatever. I
sure.
still want to try it.
Yeah, we'll still find
Do I
it.
have another one? Nope, that was all the photos.
All right, you're gonna have to take us out because we're dark.
We're dark.
Exactly. You guys got any words before I
Darkness
take
is
us out?
fun.
No, nothing. Other than
Dude,
you.
that last slide you put up would have been a great slide to end on.
I should have left it up. I know.
Yeah.
It's a nice cigar. It's very
No,
nice.
no. The logo came.
Oh,
up.
you want this right here? There you go. That's the background for my computer.
Is it?
Yeah, I like having it on there.
That's the old logo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. You don't see whatever's in between there. He's just holding his hand
Yeah,
there.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's probably better.
Anyways, if you made it this far, go ahead and do the YouTube stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching.
Kevin the bitch.
Fuck you, Casey.